Think of your CV as a billboard on the highway. People are speeding by and you have got just a few seconds to catch their attention. The recruiter looks at your CV, gives it a quick glance, and then moves on to the next one. At that moment, your opportunity slips away. But what separates a great CV? It's about understanding the do's and don'ts. Today, let's dive into what you should and shouldn't do to make your CV work for you. Some of the things you should do or consider while crafting your CV are: do keep it professional. Your CV should look clean, clear, and organized. Use professional fonts like Arial or Calibri and keep the formatting simple. Remember, a well structured CV is easier to read and reflects your attention to detail. Do tailor it to the job. Customize your CV for each job application. Read the job description first, then highlight the skills and experience that directly relates to the position. Don't send the same generic CV to every employer. Show them you've done your homework. Do use quantifiable achievement. Employers want result, so don't just list responsibilities, highlight what you have achieved. Instead of saying managed a team, say managed a team of 10 and increase the productivity by 15%, or you have achieved the targets. So numbers catch attention and so you deliver result. Do focus on relevant experience. Keep your work experience relevant to the job you are applying for. You don't need to include every single role you have had. Focus on positions that demonstrate your qualification for the role at hand. Do proofreading. A single typo can give the impression of carelessness. Always double check for grammars and spelling errors, and if possible, have someone else review your CV. And if you don't have someone else to review, keep aside your CV for a while and then review it again. You will find the errors, if any. Some of the things you shouldn't do or consider while crafting a CV are: don't include personal details that aren't relevant. So don't put your personal details like age, gender, marital status, or even your photographs if it is not needed to be mentioned in the CV. Don't exaggerate or lie. Yes, it may be tempting to stretch out the truth, but employers can often spot inconsistencies, and if they cannot, background check might. Always be truthful, let your real experience speak for itself. Don't use overly complicated language. Keep your language simple and direct. Avoid jargons or buzzwords that may confuse the reader. Clear communication is the key to making a strong impression. Don't make it too long. A CV should be concise. Aim for 1 or 2 pages depending on your experience. A lengthy CV might signal to employer that you struggle with prioritization. Don't forget to update it regularly. Your CV should always be up to date. Whenever you gain new experience, skills, or achievements, make sure you add them in it. An outdated CV can send the wrong message. So lastly, your CV is more than just a list of your jobs and qualification. It's your personal marketing tool. At the end of the day, your CV should tell your story, one of growth, learning, and achievement. Make sure it's a story employers want to read, and you will be one step closer to writing the next chapter of your career. By following these do's and avoiding these don'ts, you can ensure that your CV gets the attention it deserves. Remember, the goal is not just to be noticed, but to be remembered. So, take the time to craft your CV thoughtfully, and it will open doors to new opportunities.